Online. Okay, I'm going to call to order this special business session meeting of the Township Council of West Windsor on June 25th, 2025. Allison, can you call the roll?
Gawes. Here. Jeevers.
Here.
Mandel.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Whitfield.
Thank you. And have we adequately noticed?
Yes, we were adequately noticed to the Times in the Princeton packet on June 13th, 2025, filed with the clerk of the municipality, posted in the Township Municipal Building and on the Township website. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
Thank you. At this time, there is not a public comment listed here, but I know that we want to hear any opinions from the audience before we vote. So as chair, I'm going to reorganize the agenda and add one additional public comment period before item number 5 to give anybody who wishes to speak before we do the resolution a chance to do so.
Item number 5 is.
Item number 5 is the actual recommendation for administration and council clerk, which is 2025 R148, the resolution. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to open public comment for anybody who would like to do so. 3-minute limit, as you know. So please give your name and address. Thank you.
Good evening. Teresa Warman, 5 Stoney Drive. And I apologize, I was not here for the initial hearing tonight. But I did want to comment with regard to round 4. Just my observations as a resident. I'm very concerned about density in the town. And I know that there are difficult trade-offs with regard to inclusionary housing or just straight affordable, or I call it middle-class housing. And so my challenge to us as a community going forward is I think we have to be very sensitive to the density and traffic that we're already suffering with in our community, and how do we strike the right balance and meet our affordable housing obligation and not do a scenario where we are doing multiples above the actual number that's required to satisfy the obligation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to get up and speak?
See, Allison Miller, 41 Windsor Drive. I've been on the Affordable Housing Committee for about 30 years. I've been through all sorts of iterations. The Affordable Housing Committee looked at this plan and thought that it was a good plan, given the various reasons. And we thought that you would do well to accept it. You know that that's the beginning of the process. But we think you should get the process going and say yes.
Thank you. Did anybody else wish to speak? Okay, if not, I'm going to close the public comment at this time and go to the recommendation for administration and clerk.
2025-R148, endorsement of the housing element and fair share plan for 2025 through 2035, 4th round, adopted by the West Windsor Township Planning Board on June 25th, 2025.
Thank you. And before we go ahead and deliberate on this. Mike Herbert's going to give us a little summary on what we're doing and why, for both us and for anybody who may be listening. Thank you.
Yes, very, very quickly. I know that there has been a hearing ongoing for the planning board to adopt the housing element as part of the master plan that already occurred. That has now been confirmed by resolution that will be uploaded into the special court system for affordable housing, as is required by the rules. And with that, we are now required as a township committee or township council to go ahead and endorse the plan that was confirmed by the planning board. This is pursuant to the most recent affordable housing law under PL 2004, Chapter Law 2, which amended the Fair Housing Act for the state of New Jersey. And the purpose of the endorsement is to protect the town from any action of a developer against the town, keep its immunity going into this process as we go along. And you may ask, hey, didn't the planning board go ahead and already adopt the housing element? Why do we have to go ahead and endorse? It was put into the law to make sure that the council understood its obligations, so that when various land use ordinances come before the council that will affect the housing plan, that there was an understanding of the need of the council to be able to pass these ordinances if needed. Once this endorsement is uploaded, June 30th is the deadline. That's Monday. After that, there'll be a period of objection whereby fair share or any interested party, including developers, can object up through August 31. Once the objections have been lodged, and if any, or hopefully none, will be lodged against West Windsor, but I like to be a hopeful person, but if they are, which can happen, especially here in West Windsor, given that we seem to be in the crosshairs of affordable housing in many ways. It's the third round, but once that occurs, the matter goes back, much like the numbers did. It goes to mediation. If mediation is unsuccessful between the parties, it then goes to the sitting retired judge to decide. Here it would be Judge Jacobson, to make a recommendation to the court, and the matter is then on for a hearing before Judge Logie, who will then issue a final decision as to whether or not the housing plan is effective or not. Now, as you heard earlier this evening, we're in Region 4 here. There is a prospective need that was placed upon Region 4 by the DCA, Department of Community Affairs, of 13,822. West Windsor is a present need of housing of 61. The prospective need that DCA placed upon West Windsor upon reviewing the maps at 30,000 feet, as you all know, was 661. As you know, West Windsor objected to that, saying there's a lot of these properties that you counted here that should not have been counted, and a settlement was reached at 480. That 480 number has now been reduced, as you heard during the hearing before the planning board, to the RDP, Real Estate Development Potential, of 236, and that is the plan is up for endorsement tonight.
Thank you, Mike. At this point, I'm going to entertain a motion to approve R 225, R 148. Can I get a motion?
Salute.
Can I get a second?
Oh, second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion amongst council?
Few comments, probably repeating some of what Mike said, but just to reiterate, council's role here is really to act in accordance with the law and ensure that our township is protected from legal and financial risk. And so as we take this vote, just want to emphasize that this is really, as was said earlier, this is just one step in a much longer journey. We will be fulfilling our legal obligation to protect our community from costly litigation. But this is the end of the work. As was said during the planning board, each site identified in this plan will still need to go through the township standard permitting and site plan approval processes with full oversight by the planning board. But it's up to us, all of us, the elected officials, the professional staff, and most importantly, the public to engage, to remain engaged as each project within this plan is shaped through our established land use processes. And I remain committed to advocating for thoughtful development that respects our community's character, meets our obligations, and provides equitable access to housing for all. And I remain committed to ensuring that that work is carried out with transparency, accountability, and care.
Anybody else wish to say anything? Steph?
Yeah, I'll go. Now that the planning board has approved the 2025 housing element and fair share plan, I support endorsing the plan through 2025-R148. The township will now seek compliance, certification, and immunity from builders' remedy litigation as part of the procedures established by New Jersey's affordable housing law. With adoption of the plan and council's resolution, the township will have met the June 30th statutory deadline. We will also ensure that the proper filings will be made within 48 hours of tonight's adoption and approved resolutions. The process will continue with other deadlines, culminating with adoption of implementing ordinances and resolutions by March 15th, 2026. As leaders in affordable housing, the township will continue to meet its constitutional obligations and will continue to be a welcoming and inclusive community to all. I want to thank Mayor Hamant Marate, our professional staff, township planner, and attorneys for their work in the housing element and fair share plan these past several months. My thanks to the residents and members of the public who came out tonight to listen or make comments. Your comments will be taken into consideration as the process continues.
Thank you, Linda. Any other comments?
Nothing much. I don't want to reiterate everything. I just want to thank our township employees, our planner, everybody who worked really hard on this plan. As I had mentioned earlier, Affordable Housing Committee looked very carefully into this plan and have approved and are very happy with the plan that the township is putting forward.
Thank you, Sonia.
And as Dan mentioned, this is just a first step. So we still have a long process to go through where we'll have opportunities for public to come in, input, and I'm sure we'll all listen and the township will listen.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank the council for working with everybody here and, moving this forward and moving it forward, and everybody who's moved this forward on a timely basis in order to protect our town. And I have faith, having been on the planning board and having been involved in a lot of this, that there really is a whole process that's going to happen, and that I'm glad people are already starting to think about it. And I'm sure we'll be hearing more from people, and I'm sure that the professionals will be hearing more, and the planning board members, and as we and us as council as we do our part. Thank you. Yeah, no more comment. Allison, can you call the roll?
Gauss,
Yes.
Jeevers.
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Whitfield, Mandel.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. All right, I will, at this point, we do have another public comment period. If anybody would like to get up to make a second public comment period, I'm open to that. Okay, seeing none, I will close the second public comment. And at this point, I think we're ready to adjourn. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Good night, we're adjourned.